What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Runaway Roses. One thing we've never talked about is Carl and I are Jeep people. We've had a bunch of Jeeps over the years, and we got a new one about 5-6 months ago. New to us anyhow. It's very special to me, and it's actually a very special Jeep in general. And I just want to share that with you, so if you're interested, stick around. So let me give you a quick little backstory as I walk around, then we'll take a closer look. So back in 2007, I bought a 2005 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Rubicon, otherwise known as the LJ, and I bought it used with 450 miles on it, and I had it for 8 years, and stupidly I sold it about 8 years ago, and I've been wanting another one ever since. So I did buy another 2004 khaki color LJ, but it was not a Rubicon, and I had it for a little while. I mean, it was a cool Jeep, but it just wasn't what I wanted, and I really kind of missed my old Jeep. And I do know the guy that has my old Jeep, and he asked me if I wanted to buy it back about a month ago, which was a few months after I already bought this one. So anyhow, I'm very happy I bought this one because this one's even a little bit more special, and I'll go over that with you in just a few moments. And so like I said, it's a 2005, now has 85,000 miles on it, so it's a very low mileage for the year. It's far from stock. It does have a bunch of upgrades. There's been several owners of it, and so they've done some good upgrades, and there was a real lack of maintenance when I got it, so I've been doing a lot of work on it, just trying to get it. It runs great, but it just needed a lot of maintenance and you know, just clean it up and get everything right on it. And so I've been working on that for the past several months, and but it's coming along, and it's looking great, and it's running great, and it's driving great, and so I'm really excited about it. I just figured I'd share it with you since we don't really talk about our Jeep stuff on our channel. I know it's different from our normal camping stuff that we do, so if you're not interested in it, you know, that's fine, but I'll probably share some Jeep stuff along the way. I just haven't really done that in the past, but so I'm gonna go walk around and take a little bit closer look at it and explain to you why it's special. And the main reason it's special is because it is one of 1,000 Rubicon Saharas that they made in 2005. It was a limited run, so let's get into it, take a closer look. Again, this is a 2005 Wrangler Unlimited Rubicon Sahara, and what I mean by that is, as you can see here, it is a Sahara and a Rubicon model, which you can barely see because of my fender there, which is a limited run that they did in 2005 for the movie Sahara. They made 1,000 of them, and this one is number 456. And it's not exactly how I got it. I did just recently change the wheels out and put some American Expedition wheels on there, so I'm pretty excited about that. Those are really cool. It did have some flat black wheels on there, which I'm not a big fan of flat black wheels personally. I know a lot of people love them, it's just not my thing. And so I found these wheels and I'm real happy with them. I think they look good on there. They're 16-inch wheels, 16 by 8s with some 35s on there. One thing I love about these wheels are back in 2005 when American Expedition vehicles were making the brute Jeep conversion, brute truck Jeep conversion, where you turn a TJ into a pickup truck. These are some of the wheels that they had back then. So being able to find some of these AEV wheels that are era specific to this Jeep, I think was just kind of a nice touch personally. I just like that look of you know, that era of when this Jeep came out. So just cool looking wheel. Pretty excited to have them, and they're in great shape. It was a nice find for some used wheels. Now this Jeep does have a Rusty's long arm suspension, as you can see there, if you're familiar with suspension on a Jeep, so that gives it a lot more flex and that sort of thing. And like I said, it's far from stock. These The fenders, front and rear, are metal cloak upgrade fenders. Those are already on there when I got it. I always wanted to put those fenders on my old Jeep and didn't do that back in the day. So I was really excited that this one had that. However, I did find some stock fenders, the front fenders, put on the front for in khaki color, in case I ever want to try to put it back to more of a stock look, which I doubt that I will, but they were available online here locally. The guy had front, left and right that were in good shape, so I figured I went ahead and picked those up and kept those just in case I ever wanted to make it look a little bit more stock. So it does have a lot of upgrades as far as the sliders there, good heavy duty sliders, and it's got a winch on it, 9.5 Warren winch on it. I did have to replace the bumper. It's actually just an OEM bumper that I replaced it with. It had another one on there that was bent, and I found that one here locally and swapped it out and had to do some extra work as far as all that goes. I'll probably maybe do an upgrade on that one day with a little bit nicer one. But for now, it works with the winch plate, and I kind of like the stock look, although it's a little long. And that is the factory chrome grille that I know not everybody likes the chrome on their Jeeps, but I do love the factory chrome grille on this khaki color Jeep. The light bar and all that, and the little light pods, those were already on there. They do work, however they're not currently hooked up because whoever wired them did a spaghetti mess of wiring underneath, and I cleaned out a bunch of ratty wiring that they did, and so I need to get a light pod and hook those up properly. It does have a really cool feature at the anti-rock front sway bar on there. And then I did just recently put a new drag link and tie rod curry link in there, so that's nice. That worked really well. And then one of the other upgrades that this Jeep does have is a G2 Curry high pinion 60 rear end in it, so that's really pretty awesome because it's extra heavy duty. It does have a skid plate for the fuel tank and that sort of thing. So when I got the Jeep, it was very dirty. I have since cleaned it out. I do have some obviously some seat covers on there. I'll put some clips in there of the seats. I took the whole interior out, the carpet, the seats, everything front and back, took it all out, power washed it. There's the seats clean. I use that carpet cleaner, the brush for the tool attachment to clean the seats with some fabric cleaner and some stain remover. And cleaned it, steam cleaned the seats, and everything came out looking great. Put it all back in. Here you can see I got a little over 85,000 miles on it. Carpet came out looking good. It's not perfectly clean. I didn't clean it up for the video here, and there's the American Expedition wheels. So those are pretty awesome. If you're familiar with American Expedition vehicles, they would make some awesome overlanding Jeeps and trucks, some Ram 2500s, which I would love to have one of those. That would be awesome. And see if I can get the back seat there. There you go. So inside they show for the Rubicon Sahara model, they actually put a badge in there showing what number of the series of 1000 that it is. Again, this is 456, as you see there. This Jeep does have an ARB air locker in the rear, and it's got the factory electric locker in the front with that high pinion 60 in the back. Somebody had already put the ARB locker in there, so pretty psyched about that. I have done so much stuff to this Jeep mechanically, basically going through everything front to back, mechanically getting this thing service, changing the fluids, fixing the new drag link and tie rod. I put a new power steering gearbox on there, and I've done a lot of stuff to this Jeep since I got it in the past 5 months. Cosmetically, like I said, it doesn't look a whole lot different. The wheels definitely make a difference in the look. Just cleaning it up underneath and that sort of thing. I did put a new rear main seal in there. That's a big job. And I went ahead and popped the hood real quick so you can see under there. It's basically all original, still has the factory air box. And so none of that's really been changed. The motor's pretty much all stock, except for a few little things under here. Somebody did put a temperature switch thing in the radiator hose. I'm probably going to swap that back out to a normal hose, or I may actually get it working again. And here's some mess of some wiring that went down to some lights that were down here. I took those lights off. I did put an Odyssey battery in. It does have the upgraded computer module in there. And here's the small air compressor for the rear ARB locker. Maybe one day I'll upgrade that and get a little bit more powerful one, put a tank on here. So that's it. That's a 2005 Rubicon Sahara. There's not many of them around. That's why I figured at least not many of them on YouTube. So I figured I'd give a quick little walk around. And just because I was pretty excited to find it. I remember seeing them way back in the day when I had my first one. I thought that was, really cool, because they don't make Rubicon Saharas these days in anything. And so just a cool limited run find to get, and I'm excited about that. And I love the long wheelbase on the LJ, the Unlimited. And it's great. They work great off-road. I did a lot of off-roading with my old one. And I'm excited to take this one out and do some off-roading with it too. So I know it'll be a beast with that long arm suspension, that rear Dana 60 that it's got back there. It's from Curry. It's not really Dana. It's Curry high pinion, like I said. And it's gonna be fun. We're gonna get out on trails, and I've been a member of a four-wheel drive club since 2007, and haven't really been wheeling much in the past several years, but looking forward to getting out and doing it again. There it is. There's a tour of our Rubicon Sahara 2005 model. Super excited to have it. Been wanting another Rubicon LJ for a long time, and to actually be able to find a Rubicon Sahara model, one of 1,000. I was really stoked to find that. So 1,000 sounds like a lot, but when you figure how many Rubicon Jeeps there are out there, it's not that many. It's a 1-year limited run. The Sahara gave it a little bit different interior. The seats are a little different, and the wheels originally were a little different and things like that versus just a standard Rubicon. But anyhow, if you're interested in seeing more about our Jeep and more of the upgrades and details, I can go into more details about it. Just let me know, leave a comment down below. Maybe I'll do some more Jeep videos in general, maybe even some more trail ride videos. We can get out on the trails, we can throw some of those on the channel. Trail rides are always fun. But appreciate you watching. Please like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And we'll see you next time on Runaway Roses. Bye-bye.